Just in case anybody doesn't
My
realise,
leg's falling off, sorry.
today's special guest is the wonderful Dugheed.
AKA Amanda.
Oh, fuck her. Just keep it to the dog. Woof, woof.
Why are you called Dugheed?
Okay, my ex had a small... What the fuck did he have? Oh, there's a lot of small things, but in general, apart from that, he had a big head, no neck.
Okay.
And I used, because I love dogs, I used to be like, you've got a head like a dog. You know what I mean? So, and then because it's like, English version is dog head, so it'd be like Dugheed. So I used to just call him, listen, Dugheed, do you want to enjoy me in the night? Do you know what I mean? So anyway, that's why I called Dugheed.
Well, there you go. Is it the short and sweet version of
Yes.
that?
And then I split up with him. I didn't know that I was going to walk through the parks of the world and Denniston or everywhere else, and people were like, oh, hey, Dugheed. If I'd known I was going to get called that, and people were going to know me for that, I'd have called myself something else, something a wee bit prettier, but I actually quite like it.
That's quite good. It's a wee bit of anonymity.
I know, and well, let's face it, you want to be called that, so I'm only the one. It's only me. Oh, thank you very much.
I don't know what to say to that, to be fair. I'm a bit speechless. Like, last week I could talk like...
He's speechless because we're lying on a bed.
We're on a bed.
Lying in a bed.
Lying in a bed with a dog who doesn't like to give.
With only a couple of muffs between us.
I know. I've got a red muff. Snorted at the start. We're fucked.
That's brilliant.
No, we're fucked. Snorted at the start, no chance for the end.
This is just going to be an hour of laughing. That's all this is going
Let
to be.
it
To keep the...
I think you should get a show called One Night with the Doug. You know how like it's like Come Dine with Me? Just like One Night with the Doug. And it's just you and somebody else, like with guests.
I'll sing your intro. One dog
A night with
only.
the dog?
One dog only.
I would like, she's saying one night with the dog. The way I'm feeling, I need 1 week with the dog. But the point is that I'd love that. I'd love something like that one.
Yeah.
Ain't with the dog, just do something to the fucking dog. You know what I mean? Dog's depressed. Okay, dog's been depressed for 5 months, please help me.
No, but
Anyway, aye.
we could book out Edinburgh Festival next year. Just give you a bottle of wine. You can just sit
Stage,
there.
microphone, no
No
muff.
two nights are the same because it's not scripted.
it is.
Right.
And you just talk, and I guarantee you, everybody in that audience would just be in stitches the whole time.
Absolutely, aye. Like an unconscious comedian.
Well, my ex-husband's, I went to Istanbul and lived for a while, and my ex-husband's mums and his granny were, I think I told you this before, like they're Turkish,
Yeah.
and they couldn't speak a word of English, and they used to laugh at me. So I thought, well, do you know what? You meet somebody that doesn't even understand your lingo laugh. You're fucking cracking on, do you know what I mean? But then I was drinking all their drink. I think they had it for 20 years. I raged all their couples. So I was like, what's that? No, that's Grandpa left us that. That's brilliant. Lying in their old bath, like, Jesus. Are we allowed to talk?
So,
Get a laugh.
so how many dates have you been out on?
On
in the
the
last wee while?
lockdown?
Just in general, aye.
Well, I've been ghosted the fuck about 16 times. I think the university tell me I'm not allowed to have a man right now, which I'm a bit annoyed with, but I'm just going to accept it.
But see, when you're out on a date, like, have you been out on dates recently where, like, what do you order?
On a
do you,
date?
Do you have date etiquette? Like, you order the cheapest thing on the menu, or do you just go all out?
Well, I just expect their pine, I'm sorry. And as long as I get a wine and a winch, I'm alright. I don't really give a fuck for anything else. A couple of olives, you know what I mean?
Because
Don't really care. A couple of olives.
to be fair, in my dating days, when they're looking at the menu, I'll try and persuade them not to go for the dearest thing on the menu. And normally, if they were still going to go for it, I'd be like, you do realise that actual item comes with dick. That if I'm expecting much more than a kiss if you order the sirloin, the fillet steak.
The biggest thing. So it's the most expensive thing. Basically, if I'm going to pay this for you, then you get put out. Listen, I'll already text me again, mate. I'm putting out. Just get the olives in. 2 wines, I'll go with your granny.
Oh, God.
So you,
Don't worry about the steak, fuck's sake, keep that. Keep that for your next date.
So somebody here is asked on your Insta, if you were trapped on an island all alone, what 2 items would you take?
Can you say dick and wine? No. Anyway, I don't really know. Well, I don't know what they're talking about. I mean, it depends. A wine machine and a dick machine. and that's about your whack. The other two things that I enjoy myself with in life. Sorry. I'm not, guys. Anybody's listening? I'm only getting one of them right now. If there's any takers, so I'm just telling you.
It's the wine.
The wine gives you a good time. But apart from that, my phone obviously, so I can call for help. Get me out of here, there's no dick. The sand's getting in my toes.
Your sand's getting in your toast.
I'm on a desert island, fuck's sake.
Where are you getting bread for?
Bread?
Not toes.
For toast? Toast?
Toes. I'm getting sticky.
What?
See me.
A desert island is hot. You're getting sweaty. The sand sticks to you when you're sweaty.
Yeah.
I like to get sweaty for a reason. I'm getting sweaty for sand.
See, because this is obviously going to be an over 18 podcast, especially this episode, right?
It's over fucking 32, I think, when I'm on.
Sand in between your toes is the last place you need to worry about it.
No, it's all right. Down there, just pause back out, pal. there's no tight corners with me. But anyway, it's up and it's out and it's down and it's over. Right, so.
And where else have you lived when you've lived abroad apart from Istanbul?
Well, I moved to London when I was 17. I come back when I was 32 because I was fed up with English guys looking for a Scottish husband. I ended up meeting my Turkish husband online. So I was there online when I was 32. I'm 47. That's a long time ago. That's why I can't bother online now. And in the midst of that, in between that, when I come back for a year, I met a guy. I'm always meeting guys. And I went to America and lived. So I lived in Las Vegas and California for a while, just for a year. And in that time, I realised it's not who you're with. It's not where you are, where you live. It's who you're with. Because he was just a fucking crackpot. So I just wanted to leave. I couldn't wait to go back to St. Edith's Centre and walk about because everybody drives here. I don't know how to drive. And I was like, I don't know where I am. And then they all get guns. It was too much. So I just had to come back. And then my auntie kind of floated about with the army. And I just thought I'll just jump in her bandwagon, get a couple of freebies. So I lived in Cyprus, an island pretty well and all. So I mean, it's all free, near end. So right, and that's that. But Denniston is the best place in town.
Do you know what? See, because I put the video out on TikTok, right, to ask if anybody had any questions for you. Jasper wanted to know what you think about a gentleman called Jasper.
Jasper, call me.
He did also say that. I seen that.
What did he say? Sorry.
He said, what do you think about Jasper?
That's exactly what he said.
That's how
You know
self-centered
what?
that
Can
man
I
is.
just tell you? See Donna Stonna and the Dugheed in Jasper. What a sandwich. But anyway, apart from that, that'd be a right salad buffet. But anyway, the thing, because I'm vegan, but the point is that they could be the meat in the outside in the corners. I might change my mind for half an hour. But we're all very we're all quite self-seeking, self-centered bastards, but we're quite nice people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And we admit it. That's the nice thing. Like Paula loves people and she wants to give back, and I'm like, we're all like, give back to me. So Jasper and you, and I think we're all kind of similar. He's lovely.
See, you and Jasper.
Call me Jasper.
You and Jasper wouldn't be a bad couple. You look good together.
No, he's too tall. He's 6'3" and I'm 5'2". He met me and he couldn't see me. I was like, I'm down here. No, honestly, I was like a fucking stank town. I was like, I'm here. No, because he says, I thought you were going to be taller. I thought you were going to be shorter. I think we fancied each other, but I'd still take him. Do you know what I mean?
But-
Like drugs.
To be fair, right,
I know it's too much
no,
electricity.
see when you're saying that you and Jasper, right, that leads me to the next bit, because somebody did actually put on here, right, it was Nana person 1234, right, who put
Lovely.
in, do you not think yourself and Amanda would make a lovely couple?
Jasper,
you?
just phone me.
No, we're talking about me here, and you're,
We're talking about
Alright,
you.
yeah.
you're ditching me for Jasper. That's a fair.
Wait, me and you?
You
No,
heavy breathing for him.
Are you and Jasper?
Nana Pearson said, do you not think that yourself and Amanda would make a lovely couple? Talking to me, and that was the question.
We're on a bed right now. There's 2 muffs between us and I'm hungry and horny. What do you think? We'll all be alright. We'll be alright. Give me an hour. Caitlin, I love you. Share.
Share.
Share it out. I'll go with you and all. I'm good with the fingers. Good with the tongue.
Oh, wow. I need to put the age restriction on this one.
Sorry. I know.
No, it's fine. Listen, as I said,
I remember when I watched you, and I was like, he's nice, he's quite hot, quite like him. I follow him. Oh fuck, he's got a bird. But I continued to follow him because he was funny. So that was that. But I did watch him and follow him.
yeah, we kind of followed each other from the beginning. Eh? Well,
For
you
the
were on it
wrong
for a
reasons.
lot longer, but you were one of the first people that I had ever seen on my For You page, to be fair. And you're probably I don't know if it was the first person I followed, but you're definitely in the very first 10 people.
Yeah, it would be
that
the
I've ever
same.
followed.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me, I just fucking burped. Keep that in, by the way.
Well.
That'll get me about 15 fucking husbands. Anyway, just the point that I'm trying to make is here. The man called Fraser gave me a drink. Listen, you know the dog, she can't say no, so I burped. It's not my fault. I'm clean.
Somebody else on Instagram said, do you believe in the afterlife? Because you're quite spiritual. So
I totally believe in afterlife. That's why I enjoy this life, because to me this isn't just the life. This is like, I think this is actually fucking hell and it's a test, and I'm doing no bad, but I think the next life is the real life. But don't want to get some hate for that. But everybody's got different beliefs, and I don't judge anybody for their beliefs. My belief is, I totally believe in the afterlife. I believe in, like, this just couldn't be it for me. Too many things have happened to me spiritually and physically for me to know that there is something else out there. And I look into a lot of stuff like that, but a lot of people don't believe that somebody like me who's always joking and drinking and talking about men and women, because I'm getting to that point, that I've got other thoughts and processes in my mind, but actually I totally believe in the afterlife. I totally. And I think I'm an old soul, so actually I think I've been here before, because I wasn't really good at school, but I know things that I shouldn't know, that I haven't learnt, and I'm quite empathic with people. I can tell straight away with somebody if they're a good person or a bad thing, or if you go to their house and they're going to offer you a drink and you just pure love them. So I totally, but I'm all about not judging people for what they believe in, because I think judgment is a terrible thing. You know what I mean? That's going to add a different kind of a topic, but you know.
yeah, because like on like TikTok you get judged, and we've seen it we've seen it happening, me and Paul. So
We'll get it.
the thing is, like, people who don't know you personally, like the way me and Paul know you, don't realise that you're quite spiritual. You're very cultured because you've lived around the world and you know different cultures and you take the time to know different cultures. So, like, what advice would you give to somebody who is judging in that sense?
I would just think that there's something deep inside of them that they're not happy with themselves, that they're having to judge other people. And I know it's easy because we all judge, even me, I know you shouldn't judge, but you do. But the thing is like, even like, you know, when you're judging somebody and you're seeing somebody in some sort of situation, you know, I remember speaking to a homeless person once, thinking, oh, they're homeless, they must know what a job, they must know what a house, they must be able to just sit in that wee derelict alley just begging for money. But when you actually ask them where they've been, what they've done, you know, I actually found out one time that somebody had a mum and they had a dad, and the dad, that they were adopted and the mum died, and the dad didn't really like them and put them out in the street, and they had this great education, but they just couldn't help themselves, and that there's nothing that they can do. We look at them and think, well, there must be something you can do. But apparently we're all like 3-4 job like getting paid away from losing our own home or losing people. Do you know what I mean? So I don't think you should judge, but unfortunately we're in a judging world. But when you put yourself on a public platform, i.e. TikTok, i.e. Instagram, Facebook, whatever it might be, YouTube, people will judge. So you need to be aware that you're going to get judged for every single thing that you do, and have your shield up. It'll make you strong as fuck. And I am strong as fuck, but sometimes I've got cracks. I'm real, and they get through. And I think, you know, what about the vulnerable people that can't actually deal with this? And that's why they always say to me, Amanda, I'm so scared to post. I don't want to take the trolls. I don't want to take the hate that somebody like you would get, and you can deal with it as well. But unfortunately, you walk down the street and you see somebody, whether it's a cripple. I saw somebody yesterday, you know what I mean, they looked like a junkie. I found out they weren't. They had actually like some sort of problem. They couldn't really walk, and yet I judged them. So it's hard not to judge. We're living in a judging society, unfortunately. But you put yourself out in these kind of public platforms, be prepared to be judged to death.
Oh, I forgot to tell you that I got my first bit of hate this morning.
That means you're getting popular.
I was well chuffed.
Fucking
So
love it.
spill the beans.
So, from what I can gather, he's about 14.
Oh, fuck. It's the 14 army.
Yep.
They're the fucking worst, by the way. They'll come for your grey joggies. Do you know what I mean? They'll be like, that, fuck's sake. Steal your dog.
He's about 14. And it was the video that I put up of the YouTube screen to let everybody know that if you want to find us, it's 2TWOPEAS space in a pod. And he just
Space in a pod.
I know. And then he just put and
that was it. Do you know what I mean?
What's that?
You know what I mean?
What are you doing?
And you can't argue it.
He's got like 50,000 followers. I'm
Fuck
going,
him.
why are you taking time out of your day to make me to put
Oh,
and?
she's got a following.
You've made it.
Yeah.
I think you've made it. See, when you get hate, you get love. I never learnt that
See,
before.
Paul's never had hate. He's still waiting on it.
And I'm still waiting on the hate.
But you don't get hate, but you've got absolute love. It's just all the women sitting talking to his dirty chat, lying in his bed going, when I get that, I just watch it myself. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Oh, do you want your hole? But anyway, sorry. And that's what he talks about. I'm sorry, I had to go there and mix up the curry. But anyway, no, I don't know. Mix up the buffet of the four of us. We're lying in a bed here, guys.
We are.
So, I'm sweating. fucking sweating last week's wine out. But anyway, see if you licked me, you get drunk. But anyway, apart from that,
Don't tempt me.
well, you just go for the left ankle. It's the best one. So the hate that's when you know. Well, I don't get why you're not getting hate. Do you get any guys that follow you?
14%, but I think they're all gay.
You're just everybody's friend, you wee arsehole. Fuck you. Like, fuck's sake. I want my left eyeball and I get hate.
No, I genuinely, like we were talking about this last week, and
Such a sexy voice, Paul's got.
I genuinely don't get hate. It's like we talked about it last week. It's a bugbear of mine.
A
It
bugbear?
really,
Paul wants the hate.
I kind of want a wee bit.
He wants
It's
the
because
hate.
he would go for it. You know what I mean? You would love to just go,
Oh, I would-
see
I'd get my
your
teeth
Mazda's dad's granny's auntie's uncle, you can get it for. I know you'd love to just
Aye.
go there.
Aye, like the whole thing about I've got something coming up later that might come in. Yeah.
I know, no. Just be thankful you're not getting hate, honestly. I was on a live last night, I got all sorts. Apparently I've had 10 abortions, fuck's sake. I don't even know you had 10 eggs inside you, but fuck me, but I've had 10 abortions. I don't really say that, but sorry, welcome to bleep. But anyway, I just, people, the hate is real. The hate is real.
I get a
But
lot of hate.
it's probably somebody at 12 that just learnt the word.
And who would you think's your biggest inspiration?
That sounds so sad and silly, but I just love David Attenborough. Look at the man. Just look at the man, what he's doing. Because obviously I'm vegan and I love nature, I love animals. I'm all about global warming and all that. People look at me and go, what the fuck are you talking about? But actually, I have pure educated myself on stuff like this for about 5 to 6 years. Because that's how long I've been vegan, but I've always been vegetarian. But the point is, that man, he's going to live forever. He just knows everything. He teaches us stuff and we don't even realise, and he's so passionate. Do you know what? Anybody that's passionate about something is got it. You can only be good at something that you're passionate about. You'll never be good at anything that you're not passionate about. And he teaches me stuff, and what he teaches me is he's standing there trying to tell a story about nature while we're all sitting there fucking stuffing our face of the fake world that we're living in, that's killing the world, and he's trying to tell us about how to go about our world, and I just think he's amazing. And obviously he's an older gentleman, and I just think he's amazing.
How old is he?
Fuck knows.
He's about 80.
I mean,
Is he that old?
he's old, but he's why him. He's like your papa. He just never ages.
It's like
Do you
my
know what I
gran.
mean? It's just like one of them, you know. It's like me, I don't age.
It's like my gran. She went into a home, God rest her soul, but in the home we were sitting visiting her, and they called the doctor out, right? And the doctor's asking the questions like that. So, have you been bedridden? And she says, aye, but I prefer to get bent over my Zimmer.
She's me, isn't she? I'd go in with her. I would really go in with her.
He's 94.
He's 94.
Oh, is he?
94?
Wow.
And he's still here. He's gone through the Amazon and all that in a wee boat, getting killed by fucking wasps and midges. No, I mean, I don't have the midges on the fucking Amazon. But he's getting killed by something. He's still going for it. And we're all sitting like, my toaster just broke. Right, Jerry, could you go to fucking get that bargain store and my toaster's broke? And fucking David Attenborough's in a wee boat going down the Amazon trying to tell us about life. We turn it on and watch Corey. It's unbelievable. It's a lovely guy.
Aye,
See, this is one of the reasons I was really passionate to try and get you together and to do this, is for one, to help people in situations that they're having trouble with, and to remind people that it's not a character. You are real people. You are real, even though it's only 15 seconds a minute, whatever it may be, or Instagram, whatever. You're real. And when you were saying about that person you judged, I judged you as well. And within, how long you been in here? About an hour maybe. You've totally and utterly changed my mind on who I thought you were.
All right. Okay.
And I love you even more.
I'm on your bed there,
telling you.
pal, Fraser. So
I'm
what do
going
you
to give
mean?
her a sleeping tablet.
Oh, she's
We're
getting
gonna have
kicked
it
out
later.
tonight. You get a fucking bottle of sherry. Anyway,
Well, I've got half a bottle now.
fuck's sake. Get in that fucking 101, get 2 bottles of fucking Sauvignon Blanc Blanc. Anyway, so what was the difference then that changed your mind? As in, I've got a kind of a 15% brain inside
No,
the
it's-
gorgeous head that is a dog.
I think the thinking was I always knew that you were like a kind of lively, bubbly person and you had a great life and you were enjoying yourself and you've had experiences and things. I don't know, I just kind of looked and thought, all right, model, right, blah, 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 blah.
I had to laugh out loud.
And then when you suddenly coming out with like the passion for like your belief for afterlife and then for the information, I totally and utterly agree with you.
And this is with the real me and the passion. But
Yeah.
if I'm on saying, hi guys, I'm a TikTok and I'm vegan and loved it, blah, blah, I don't think any cunt would follow me. So I'm on there like, I'm got a big bra and I'm steaming. Somehow it's worked, I don't know.
I love it. It's
Listen, it's called contradiction. I look a certain way, I think a certain way.
Yeah.
I've got a lot of personalities, I think we all have. You
Oh,
know
I've
what I
got
mean?
hundreds.
Fuck, I'm still trying to find mine. I'm nearly 50.
Are you?
Aye.
Wait a minute, how old are you?
Fuck. You said you were a fan? You should know, 47.
Fuck off.
47, ready for heaven. If I keep drinking the way I'm drinking, fuck's sake. Aye, 47. But I can still bend her. I mean, I can
We'll
jump.
test that later, right? We'll test that
Okay,
later.
we're on the big white bed, guy, the big white bed.
Sleep
This is the quietest I've heard, Paul.
Listen, I'm just really quiet because
I know I
Ducky's
don't
funnier than me, so it's hard to get.
Oh, no, invite you
No.
back next week. No, this is why I said, I just think that, see Paul, right? I just think Paul, and even maybe Jasper as well, sometimes you meet people and they're like a kindred spirit of maybe like a brother, and I see myself in them in the sense of a male version of me. Now, see with them being funny, lassies can take it, guys will love it, but see when you're a female being like that, sometimes people just go, you're OTT, are you drunk? They just, or they go, well, you're too much, you're mental, you're a box of frogs. But see when a guy does it, it's alright. So I'm still having to portray getting through that, being a 47-year-old woman from the East End that's had a great life and still be like, do you know what? It's all right to be who you are. I feel as if I've got a gay guy inside a straight woman's body because I've always been too much for a lot of people. You know, and when I look at Paul, I just think Paul's like a male version of me.
Yeah, and when I look at you and what and
He
come
looks at me,
and,
just it's like,
my heart melts. No. But on a serious note, like I went and obviously I decided because you're coming on, girl power and all that other kind of caper, right?
Power.
I decided to
It's
go and do a
reasonable.
wee bit of research and find a really interesting fact that separates men from women. And this,
Okay.
and this is from,
Oh, no.
and this will suit you because it's about the animal world,
oh, fuck.
right?
Okay.
So did you know that the honeybee, right?
I know this.
There's-
I know
you
this.
get the male
No.
honeybee, which is a drone, right?
no, I didn't know
so they don't collect nectar. They don't have a sting. Their job is purely to mate with the queen. But and let me read something out because I've only researched this today. So they mate mid-air, right? But the male climaxes with such force, his abdomen blows up. So he dies instantly, but they know they're going to die, yet they still do it. So that I kind of just took that for the bee world and transformed it into the male world. That actually females think with their head and males don't, which is why the male honeybee is quite happy to die as long as he's getting his Nat King Cole.
Do you know that? That's fucking lovely. But I could give you a fact upon the fact of that fact. Or a couple of facts of bees, actually. Love bees.
Right, go then.
Well, first of all, if bees died, it would take maybe up to 2 years, maybe a bit over, for humans to die because they pollinate everything. They pollinate everything the animals need, and therefore we animals, obviously I don't, but generally that's the way the world. And yet people are like, kill that fucking bees that I want, don't give a fuck, just get out of the house. And also you're like, oh fuck, it needs to live. But also with the bee factor, I've had a fucking sherry actually, I can't remember my brain, but the bee factor, there's a thing that I watched a programme, it was years ago, and I'll try to remember it, and it goes like this, right? And it always made me go, wow. Now, see the difference between male and female? You know how like men, right, they look at cars, they look at women, and they even though they've got a beautiful woman, a beautiful car, they'll still look at other women, and they'll still look at beautiful cars, or whatever it is, right? And a woman will sit there going, why are you looking at her when I'm to get the best fucking knees in the tune? You know what I mean? And that's all right. But women live by their emotions and men live by their eyesight in that sense, right? And it's because as a child, when you're in a buggy or in the wee pen of being a baby, basically. When you sing a wee lullaby to a female, she's going to listen, and it's all about the wording. Whereas see when you show a wee boy, a wee baby, and this is fact, those the fucking Paul, Donna, Stonna.
Bobies.
So see when you're showing a wee boy, a wee baby boy in his crib, like cars and things, he's basically all about his eyesight and what he's seeing, as in what it means to him, and that's how he's interested in that.
Like a visual attraction.
Visual attraction. I was trying to get the word out. 2 sherries. Fuck me, I ain't had sex. This guy just pours big long ones. I'm coming back tomorrow. But he gets stimulated by the fact that it's like all these like visions. It's like visionary for a male. But for women, the reason women are all about the heart and talking and about emotions, and she lives by her emotions. Like, oh, he said he's going to change. Oh, he's going to love me tomorrow. Oh, he said he's not going to go out with the boys. Whereas for a guy, it's like, oh, did you see the fucking legs on that cunt? And even though he's got the best woman in the world, he'll still look at somebody else, because that's the difference with guys and women. And if you accept a guy for being like that, and you accept a woman for living by I love you, babe, and she just needs the words, then we'll all go on a lot better. And actually, that's why I am the best bird gone, by the way, and I'll just let you live your life. But that's how we kind of try to change a guy by going, but don't you understand? It's all about my heart. And I'm crying, and chick flicks and all that shit. Do you know what I mean? It's like that's why women live by all that feeling. But for guys, it doesn't matter if they're the best woman in the world. If something attractive passes them, or even like the best motor in the world, and a nice car passes, they will look, because that's how they're stimulated. Women are stimulated by words. And if we know that about each other, I think relationships will be a lot better. That's why I'm fucking single and lonely. Please take my advice. I'm going to Sherry.
I think maybe David Coulthard says it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Sorry, I just got a sherry given to me, and I'm like, what the fuck is that? Some granny's boots and a fucking glass.
No.
What is that? I'm going to die. Somebody fuck me before I die, sorry. Fucking hell, man. What's wrong with you, Fraser? Fucking hell, man. It's diabolical.
Paul can't remember what it is.
Fucking hell, man. Fucking deed. Died at 47, the dog. She died in a white bed. Some cunt's house. Sorry. Anyway. Sorry, I don't mean to take over, Mr. Clover.
I'll let Paula talk. Because Paula's not really talked with.
I just
No, it's because Paul's forgot what he was going to say.
You get duckied. Now I'm getting my arm stroked and everything. This is amazing.
Can I just say something? People never used to go on live with me, right? And in TikTok, and I used to understand why, because I take over, and I don't mean to. It's just that
But then
I'm an only child. I like to talk because I'm lonely.
we had a lovely life, me and you, though.
But we spoke about serious stuff like domestic abuse and bullying and trolls, and why women always give people second chances, but guys fuck off. We're giving too much energy to somebody who doesn't give our energy back. And we spoke about that because I think what it is that when you speak to somebody, they will bring out a certain side in you.
Yeah.
Like me and Paul, we be manned all
It's
day.
boobies and bobies. That's
Boobies
all
and bobies and holes and bits. Do you know what I mean? And it's like let's get the TikTok out. Fraser and me, fucking steaming. Drunk all night, getting some old cushion, fucking put in a glass and getting told to drink it. You know what I mean? Fucking all smelly boots there. And me and you, Paul, it's fucking terrible. But do you know what? I'm fucking enjoying it. I like a bouncing drink. But anyway,
I've had that for months, and I've been trying to look for somebody to get rid of me.
Fucking hell, man. Geek to the old dog, know what I mean? She's 47, she's ready for heaven. And me and you, Paula, well, we're just kind of a serious that way. I just think you adapt to different people and give people a different side to you if you're adaptable. And me and you can put the world to rights, female power and all that. Whereas me and Paul are self-centred to fuck. Just going to stroke him again.
I mean, what I was going to say before that all happened there was, because you were talking about visual attraction, was naked attraction.
Naked attraction. We need to discuss this subject for the next 5 minutes, just purely on the fact that it is the best car crash telly I have ever seen.
It's amazing.
In
I
my
love
whole
it.
life.
My mum, do you watch Naked Attraction?
No, I saw it once. I was like, what?
So the rules are
great.
you get a coloured, you get maybe 5 or 6 people in a coloured box, and somebody will come out and they'll be fully clothed, and then what will happen is the screens will go up. So what will happen is you see the person from the toes to the head, right? So the first thing you see about somebody is their bobby,
I've seen
or
it.
you'll see their what should we call it for a podcast?
I call it the itchy mitchy because mine's always itchy. Mine's always itching. I'm always itching. I don't know what it is. It's not to do with age. It's just, I mean, even when I was 20, it was like the itchy mitchy. But anyway.
Right, so the itchy mitchy, right, we'll call it the itchy mitchy for
No, please do it again.
Right, so
I can't take you seriously calling that.
right, so
I
so
love
you
it.
see, so you see the private parts first, right? So
Private parts. Mine's always in show.
so what he says, so you so you know what it's like. Everybody's different. So you've got the wee mushroom, you've got the monster, you've got the thing that looks like an elephant's trunk, and then you've got the girly bits where it's a bit.
The
It's
inner
neat-
duty.
It's neat and trim.
What do you like, guys?
Or
I just learned that women have got different bits. do you
yeah,
know what I
big
mean?
gammon curtains and stuff like that. So
My ex used to call it a what was it? A crashed up fucking fireplace. He used to say to me, "You're like a fucking bad lasagna," and I'm
A
like,
smashed
"Yes,
lasagna.
pal, smash me, baby."
so
Anyway, obviously, I'm a tight puss.
there's 22 minutes of talking and 44 minutes of laughing, and then you couple that in with the
And
with the theme tune.
noodles in. It's a real noodle, guy. It's not the noodle. It's like
Right, so
noodles.
guys, the best I don't even know what I'm doing now. So you've
You
got
talk about naked attraction.
naked attraction, so you see them for the feet up, right? So when you get to the,
Thank you.
so you get to see the boobs, right? So from a man's perspective, right, and if you're a vain man, right, and you see it and you go, your toes look lovely, your knees are nice, the legs are nice,
But Amanda likes knees, that's one
Right,
of her things, isn't
right.
it? Knees.
Well, I've got an orgasm in my left knee. If you suck the back of it, I'll
then
pop my sock off. But anyway, sorry.
then
time.
then you see the bits and you're like, that's nice. It's got a nice set of boobs, and you're starting to go, well, this could be the one. And then you see the face, and I'm a face guy. I always have been.
I've got a nice face.
Right, so I like facial features, and sometimes they don't match. So all I've got to say is, right, I like to see them for the face first, because then everything else, it doesn't really matter as long as you like the person for the face, right? But if you've got a vision of somebody based on their boobs, your vision, right? I don't care what Andy says. If I look at a nice set of boobs and that's all I'm seeing, I don't see the face shit, I'm already visioning
Beautiful.
a supermodel, right? And what comes up isn't a supermodel, it's a letdown. So what I'm trying to say is, if you see the face first,
Yeah.
it's probably a nice face if you've seen the face first,
Yeah.
but because you've seen everything else first, you've already built up a vision in your head, and the person could be really good looking, but it's a letdown because they're not at the level that you were expecting based on what you'd seen up to that point. And that's
But
what I'm
that's
trying
why
to
they
get
do it
across.
the way up, I think. I think that's why they do that.
But if you notice, like
It's the best Bobby in the world and the worst nose, you know what I mean? You want that fucking shit. Fucking
I
big
bet
pair of
you-
ears in the hair, you're like, fuck off, pal, you've got a big long trunk and I'm not fucking sitting in that for naked.
Oh, I'd
that's
love to see you in naked attraction. That'd be amazing.
Oh, I'm brilliant, I'm brilliant everywhere.
Yeah. I will admit, yes, you are. You are absolutely fantastic.
Oh, okay, your wife's
Yeah.
next door, Fraser.
That's just fine.
That's good.
We'll
Hello,
join in
wife.
later.
Wife, hello, I'm going to sleep in the dog barrel tonight because he's got too much alcohol. That was my sex voice.
Was it? Don't do that again.
Was it no, didn't know what?
No, that's
What was
not.
then? Oh,
That's a bit better. Aye, we'll go for that one.
I'm
Right,
on
Paula,
the red muff guy.
should we
Leave these
should
two
we
at it.
Let's have our swingers. Anyway. Swing here,
We
swing
can't,
there.
I'm not talking about swingers again. We talked about
No.
swingers last week.
Oh, but you don't swing with
Oh,
me,
God.
fuck's sake.
Somebody called me a mad swinger.
I know, but you said you were a happy one.
Oh, I was a happy one. Aye.
I'd love to swing. I'd swing right in at your fucking web, pal. Can trap me.
If only Paul was single.
Sorry,
at this
sorry, Mrs. K.
It's Caitlin's fine. She knows it's just a bit of banter.
Is there not people looking for some advice?
Yep, I'll give you advice.
point. So what advice would you have gave your younger self?
Oh.
I'm still my younger self. Could you give me some advice? I've just always been the same way. I just live my life on a daily basis of yesterday's gone. I don't give a fuck for it. I hope I've learnt for it. Sometimes I don't learn for it. Well, tomorrow I hope I can get to tomorrow, especially after this fucking plague called COVID. When a lot of people like obviously passed away, and it just showed us that life is very like kind of a. I mean, it was like a horror movie. It's like one of these sci-fi. My favourite thing is sci-fi, and it was like one of them. But I just don't live by. I don't conform to society, and I don't live by anybody's rules, but my own. That's all I can live by. you know, and I think that's where the judgment comes in again. But I can't really say, I would give obviously everybody's got regrets, but I can't get up every morning and live by a regret. So
Yeah.
I just have to live and laugh and be happy and hope for the best for everybody, which I actually do.
If you get to the point in your life
If I get to 48.
and you look back and you can say that there is nothing you have done in your life to regret, then you've not lived. At the end of the day, the whole point is you go out and you do the stupidest of things that you could possibly do in your younger years, so you can look back at 50 and go, remember that time we done that, remember that time we done that. And although there's a level of regret there, it's a story. Stories don't come for doing nothing and having no regrets.
Well, it
Stories,
defines who you are now.
You'll never find a story sitting in the toilet, will you?
No.
What I'm saying is, if you sit in the house and you just live your life by everybody else's story and judging everybody else, you'll never find your own story. I love my story. I stand by myself. I'm not here to make you love me, but you've got to love yourself. And that's just what it's all about. I still feel like a teenager just because we age by a number and we look in the mirror and we take our clothes off and everything's felt like the flare and we try to fucking tuck it back in again. It doesn't really work, you know what I mean? It's called granny pants and they still don't work. But the point is that just because society says age is a number, for me, I live by how I feel and that's the only way I know how to live. And all my pals at my age have got a lot of health issues or real issues where maybe somebody's broke their heart and they've never really got over it. And I don't understand that. I won't play the violin for any one guy. The world's full of guys, life's for living, because one day we're going to die and I just want to live my life. So I don't really want to regret. But I look back in relationships and went, maybe I was with somebody for 6.5 years. Did I spend 6 years too long with him? Should I just spent the half bit? But did I learn something from that? I did. Do you know what I mean? And I'm just happy that I've met you guys. I'm sitting in Fraser's bed getting free drink, and I've got really great friends. So what have I got to really regret? I've not got anything to regret really. So that's what we have to look at.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going back to my fridge. There's fuck all in it. That's why I'm staying in Fraser tonight. I think you got a lot of bevy, but that's just life. Do you know what I mean?
I've only got one. Well, I'm saying I've got one regret. It wasn't me that said it, but I remember years ago. And it's not a nice thing now because I live my life by you shouldn't be not nice to people, right? But there was this girl texting my mate, right? And it's the funniest thing I've ever heard in my whole life. And she's like, I looks like you, and he's like, no, you've been with the whole tour and you've done this, you've done that, and she's like, no, but I'm clean. And he says, I need bother him. I can hear your crabs singing Under the Sea from here. Calling her a little mermaid, and I'm like, that's probably one of the funniest text messages I've ever read in my whole life, but at the same time, not a very nice thing to say to somebody. But again, when you're in your late teens, you're probably less likely to think about other people's feelings.
Yeah, I think as you grow up, you learn a lot more and you respect people's feelings a lot more.
I think I'm getting younger as I get older. I mean, I went to a beach one night. I was in fucking Sardinia, and these two guys were Maggiatuan, or Italian stallions. One was called Riccardo, and the other one was called Romeo. And I was like, oh fuck, I don't know what's going on here. And I think they wanted to like slide in between me. I was like, oh, do you know what Maggiatuan means? Wasn't it until I said no, and I found out later that it was gone with the two of the bastards. But then I said aye. That's kind of my biggest regret right now, because I was talking about bastards. I went to one of them. He wasn't that good, but I still thought about his pal. Well, he was like touching my left knee. But the point is that these are the type of regrets I have, because why should we be in this one life called us with a regret? You have to accept what you've got, make the best of what you've got, enjoy what you've got, and especially after, I really believe this, after that I call it plague because I'm a conspiracy theorist, COVID, I really believe that after that we should realise, I'm sitting here with a big drink by the way, so I'm actually kind of half my nut, but point is that I just really believe that after that we should have been really a lot more kinder to each other. And I think people are getting back to work and they've lost a wee bit of that, shamefully, you know, because people are still trolling, they're still bullying, they're still saying bad stuff, they're, you know, but the good people are still going strong. It's called the good fight.
But do you know where that comes from, right? And I've been thinking about this for ages, because I've experienced it in my life with people that I've been with, and people who nothing that they've got is ever good enough. So they're always looking over the fence, always looking at, they drive a BMW, or they've got a 4-bedroom house. We don't have that. Instead of concentrating on what you do have, they're never happy. Or they're going to the Caribbean next year. They're going to the Caribbean next year.
No.
So
But they could be in a pile of debt in that sense.
But if you're in that mindset, then you're never going to be happy, and that's where the whole thing comes in. I remember in Ibiza when I was 18, I think, my first proper boys' holiday, and I was kissing a girl, end up kissing another girl, going back to her hotel with her. but then I remember going back to the hotel in the morning and being absolutely raging because the first girl I was kissing had a pal, and my pal and my cousin took both these girls back to the hotel room, and I'll leave it up to your imagination what went on, but it was a lot more than what went on in the hotel room that I was in, and I was absolutely raging because of what they got that night, right? But that's
Changed
where
your
it comes from. But honestly, that's why I'm so
It
happy.
stuck with you, still talking
I
about it?
have absolutely, I've got absolutely nothing. I'm in debt up to my eyeballs because of my situation in my previous life, but I'm probably happier now than
You've ever
I've
been.
ever been in my whole life because I choose not to be that person. I choose not.
Yeah.
I don't care if I'm driving a clapped out Renault Megane and somebody else is driving a BMW. I just look at it and I go, do you know what? Here's what I've got.
Aye, totally.
You can't. You, people concentrate far too much on the things that they cannot change. They cannot make.
Yeah.
Because if you've not been to university and you've not an accountant and you're not earning 70 grand a week, if you're on minimum wage, or you're on slightly more than minimum wage, or even if you're on a decent salary but it's not quite hitting the heights of Range Rovers and townhouses in London, then you need to, your aspirations or your expectations need to be on a level of what you're at, or go out and change your life to make it get better instead of sitting waiting on somebody coming to you
they're never gonna
and
do it.
handing you all this stuff.
Yeah.
The powers within.
Change your own life. But
My ex was like a total, well, it's not my ex, but I don't want to say about my ex, but you'll never hear this anyway. But in general fact, he used to always, I used to call it momentary happiness. Because he used to buy a Range Rover or a Rolex, or he'd take me all around the world on a wee quick holiday, whatever, and he was always buying the most designer gear. And he used to say, why do you tell people that your glasses come from Primark, or why do you tell people that your shoes come from a cheap shop? You're with me and I want to buy the best. And I said, I don't want the best. I don't need the best to make me happy. Happiness comes from inside. I've had everything and nothing's changed the character that lives within me. And you're the same age as me, he was 47, and he had he's going to retire probably in 2 years' time, so he's going to just before 50. He had like a 5-bedroom house. He had 2 Range Rovers outside his house, 2 vans, a big business. The guy had everything under the sun, a good looking guy, lots of money, and he was still unhappy. And I think he was jealous of the fact that inside him he had fuck all. But you know who I had? I had me. And see me, you can't buy me because I'm rich in happiness within myself. And you can't even you can't tell people, guess what, that Rolex, these shoes, these trousers, that holiday, it's all going to end. It comes with inside.
Yeah.
And it's just something.
Well, for me, being rich is like having my family and me that are healthy and happy.
And me and Paul in your life, I think.
Aye, that too. But you know, if my family are happy and that I'm happy and we're all healthy, that's more to me to be rich than monetary value. Do you know what I mean?
Aye, but the thing is with you, Paula, since I've known you, you're like a giver. A total see when I'm chatting, I'm on this bed, right, and there's obviously Fraser and there's Paul and there's Paula, and whenever I talk, I look at Paula.
On one bed.
I look at Paula like, Paula, do you accept what I just said? Even though she's younger than me, but she's just such a solid standing person that I just feel like, was that all right? Did I do well?
I get the same feeling. I really do.
Do you know that way? Do you know
Yeah,
that
I
way?
do.
Because I'm frivolous and I'm mad,
It's
I'm
like-
crazy and I'm up and I'm down. I'm like Paul and I'm like self-seeking and I can get dead serious and dead mad. But Paula's just sitting there like, I accept what you just said there, Doug. You know, it's just the way that she is, you know.
I think we should call her Mammy Bear. That's what I think.
Well, she's my love anyway.
Aw.
And that's what TikTok's brung, and that's what all this has brung. It's brung real friendships. I mean, we started like hundreds of people, like really a lot of people, and we've down to a small gang, and a gang of in the sense of who, because it's always like that at school when you go to school or a job. It can be like 100 people starting in one day, but you'll find your people. And I've found my people, and I just can't even, because I know that they're my people, and that's it.
And here's the best comment of the day on the video that we're asking for stuff for you, and it's from our friend Lisa Boo Boo.
Oh, Lisa.
Yeah, so she's wrote, Dugheed asks for nothing from anyone, only offers the hands of friendship, and you guys are her best friends, and I'm proud of you all.
Oh,
how lovely is that?
Well, I just said it, do you know what I mean?
She is an amazing person, Lisa, isn't she?
Lisa's lovely.
She's so beautiful inside and out. She's just genuinely full of fun. Like, there's nothing phases her. Every day in that group chat, she posts a video, regardless of whether we go in or go out it. She gets up every day and she just projects happiness.
And she's 52.
Yeah,
and it just shows. I don't mean it's like 52, but a lot of people just say like some people always write to me as well and say, "Oh, we're 47. I feel like 47, or I'm over 40, or whatever." my life's ended, or I don't know what to do, and I'm divorced, I've got kids, and I've my whole life's my kids, and I don't know how to get back on the ladder of life. And I'm like, well, are you alive? And they go, aye, well, if you're alive, you fucking live your life until you're dead. And until then, they can't take it away from you. And she's 52, and she's vibrant. And it doesn't, everything, all the answers are inside us, who we are, what we want, where we're going to go. And I just think she's amazing. She is amazing.
Yeah, she is.
genuinely
She's
is,
a
like-
genuinely lovely person.
And do you know what? She's probably the Welsh version of Amanda, and
Yeah.
she's so. Oh, she's
Yeah.
she's so potty mouthed. It's unbelievable. She'll come out with
She
the
lives in
maddest
Wales,
of
and
things.
she lives in the valleys, doesn't she? And she's just
Can't wait to
amazing.
go there.
I live in that too.
She's got a swim pool.
I live up in that hill.
But Welsh is my favourite.
Welsh
My
is.
favourite accent.
I
my
got
favourite
houses up in that hill. I lives in the middle one. See,
Oh, see, he knows that's how I do it. I'll
Alright,
just go,
but-
I own a tree.
I kill you.
Out on a tree.
I have a pour now. See, I'll just listen to you, Paul. See, I can copy somebody after they've done something, but if you ask me to do it in 2 years'
Yes.
time, I'm like, what would I say? So I have to listen to you, but you're really good at it. Really good at it.
Aye, so I'm genuinely, honestly, this has been a great podcast.
Alright,
Well,
Yeah.
it's your first one away from the two of you.
This is,
I mean,
uh,
you two see each other every second fucking 5 minutes, so he's not your boat.
At least,
Cunts are like glue, you know what I mean?
at least once a week.
No,
Anyway.
well, Paul comes over to my house and he likes to, like, sit on his life for an hour and then says to you for 5 minutes, oh, hiya, I
Aye.
better go now.
I couldn't help it. I was on with wee Jenky that. So I was on with
I love
Gregor.
him. I love
so,
him. They're brilliant.
I don't think Gregor was ready because I don't know if he's ready for this, right?
Gregor fancies
so,
me. Gregor, call me.
So we decided on our
Always look
live,
for a man.
on our live or on my live before he joined me. My followers and I, we were putting our heads together for a new business venture.
Oh, no, here we no, Paul.
Right, so-
I love
So
it.
I'm
I love
going
it.
to tell you that the business venture, right? So it's Paul's Magic Hands,
Right.
and I'm going to start.
I'll need to try that out. I'll let everybody know. Give me 5 minutes.
And I am going to, or the plan is I'm going to do some massage courses and
I've
I'm
seen
going to
this.
start my own mobile massage business. I'm charging 50 quid an hour.
Mm-hmm.
For that, you will get me in a pair of shorts and a full body massage.
Yep.
£75 an hour will get you a happy ending.
I just found out I happy ending was last month. So
And then £100 an hour.
You did not.
I
£100
did. I just did. I just found out a happy ending was. I just, I mean,
for for 100 quid an hour. You can pretty much do what you want.
I've got a fiver.
That's good.
fine.
That's good because I only last 2 minutes, so that
That's
works out
brilliant.
about right.
That's brilliant. Listen, apparently I'm really good at getting you back on it again after 3, so I've got a great tongue. Know what I mean,
We better get
I've been
our
living, living a long life. I've been practicing for years.
But anyway,
Fucking 100
that's
at
where-
100.
that is where my live went, right? So when Gregor came on, he came on halfway
Paul's
through.
daughter was horrified at this, by the
Yeah.
way. She was horrified.
But it was. Do you know? It was everybody commenting, and you clearly having to detour around, having to answer what is a happy ending.
Yeah,
Your daughter's
because my
sitting
daughter's like,
next to you.
Dad, what's a happy ending? And I'm like,
God.
it's where you pay at the end. So if you're happy with your massage,
That was brilliant. That was
you
brilliant.
pay at the end. And I says, and I'm not happy about that. I want them to pay me up front because there's no way I'm waiting to the end. Because see if I've massaged them for an hour and they say I'm not happy with that and they don't give me their money, I'm taking the money up front, so there'll be no happy endings. My daughter's like, aye, okay, because she's so innocent. It's great how
I
you can
thought that. That's what I thought.
how you can do it.
I was like a happy ending. I didn't know people would actually go in and just like. So, you know what I mean? Because I had a massage just before lockdown, and I said to the Chinese woman, I said, I don't want a happy ending, you're not my type. But anyway, because I didn't know. I only learnt it
You
on.
did not.
I learnt it from what's that? That's that American program, the Hollywood
Excuse.
Wives of the Wives or something. The Wives of the Hollywood. Something about the real wives of Hollywood or New York or something. And she's like, I got a happy ending. Did you? Oh my God, yeah. And I was like, what the fuck's that? And then he started talking. I was like, fuck's sake. I'll get anybody. I've got a $5.99. I mean, fuck's sake. So go up to my neighbour and go, see my £5, could you give me a happy ending? I've seen you putting your washing out, you've got a long tongue.
I've seen you putting the washing out. You've got a long tongue.
Listen, see when you're lonely, you get to a point where you're fucking, you'll end up taking your dog. You know what I mean?
Cut that.
Cut that.
Cut it all. I've
feel
had a
like
few dogs.
I feel like we
was
should
gonna-
bring up the OnlyFans thing at this stage.
I have got an OnlyFans.
Have you?
I just chatted. Well,
What's
the
your
point
charge?
is, right, I've charged, fuck off. Right, the point is,
Go on,
right,
Amanda, tell the story.
my cousin said, you should do it, you should do it. No, the thing is with me, right, I went on my TikTok and I said, guys, I know I've got a lot of female followers. I said, listen, guys, I hope you don't think I'm being bad at me, but I'm going to make OnlyFans. I'm fed up, I'm skint. I need more wine, you know what I mean, what I would life. I need bread, fucking lure park. But anyway, so I just said, you know, would you mind if I got an OnlyFans? Would you go against me? Because I'm all about womanhood and all that, women power, love and life. And they're like, no, get it. If I could do it, I would do it. Go for it, Dugheed. So I said, okay. So I made an OnlyFans up, and my cousin, because my cousin said he was really good with all the old fucking technology and that, and I'm doing it at his house, and he made it up fantastical. So obviously, I go to my page, and I'm like, oh, I've got a follower. Now, obviously, see, since I've started TikTok, all these wee young dudes write me go, have you got OnlyFans? Because obviously I'm dancing with my pants, and also my Instagram, I'm sitting in my pants, so I'm kind of selling a bit of a sex appeal. Sex appeal.
Sex appeal.
Sex appeal.
Sex appeal.
Sex appeal. Right, so
We have Amanda tonight on stage.
I've got the sex appeal. So anyway, right, so Fraser, I'll fucking take you, baby, with the old sexy voice, right? I bet I win. So
Paul's actually got the best mic for it.
no, I'll get the furry pink fucking muff ball here. But anyway, so my cousin, go Paul.
For the sexy voice, go for it.
Go for it.
What was that?
Go do your sexy voice. I'll do it.
Hi. Hello, Amanda. How are you doing?
Are you ready,
Are you
Paul?
all right?
God, I'm wet.
Are you ready, guys? Are you ready for this? Are you ready?
Right, go.
I actually done
I was not ready for that.
I actually done a hair flick there. Wait a wee second, just to fix my bum. Okay, are you ready? You ready? Guys, I'm done.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So anyway.
Anybody got a towel?
Okay, what about this one?
What is going on with this podcast?
I thought we were going to hear the OnlyFans story.
Right, so the OnlyFans,
that's
right, so
my
like the OnlyFans story goes like this. It's very sharp, very quick, and fucked up. So my cousin said, I can deal with that for you. Went, right. So I woke up the next day. I thought I was going to like 65,000 followers at a $5 each. I was going to be able to go to the bargain store, get my fake tan in, get a fucking couple of wee packets of 70p noodles for the Chinese man, and get a couple of bottles of cava. Did I fuck? I woke up and it said 60,000 people. No, 6.952 or whatever that is, because I can't count. It was good at school. I'm going to do maths. Said that they liked all my pictures I put up,
So
but the
that's
cunt, he didn't even close it down. So I've only got one follower that paid, and he said, I told you I used to put $15.99, you'll put $9.99, but $9.99. This cunt's not even paid because it's free. You fucking didn't close the page down. Sitting here with my fucking bit and bob out, my left nipple hanging up to there, and I'm like, bastard, everybody's seen me, and nobody wants me now because I'm abused. It's like everybody, now when you've seen something, you don't want it. So I'm spread like fucking butter, and nobody wants it, and I just don't want to do it myself.
The summary is 6,000 likes, 2 followers, and not a penny spent because
It was
Not
all
a penny, not a penny given.
because it was set up as a free account and everybody could give for nothing.
Free account. I'm sitting there with my legs spread, do you know what I mean? Sitting here in a small sandwich like that, eating it as if it's a big dog bowl.
Why is it a small sandwich?
Because I'm only used to the small sandwiches, Fraser. I'm 5'2" and I've got a big licky bicky.
A big lucky Bicky.
Oh, fuck me.
Oh my goodness.
So anyway, if anybody wants to know my OnlyFans, it's called Go to the
Lucky Piggy.
Dugheed. I think I've closed it now. I think I've closed it.
Have you?
I think I've closed it. I've still only got 2 followers. I don't know what that's about. I mean, I'd follow me to the fucking sun and back without a receipt, but generally I don't know what's happened there, but apparently I had to promote it because everybody used to ask me all the time, got OnlyFans, and I was like, I'm going to make a mint. And the minute I got an OnlyFans, the only person's interested in me, you know, he's just jumped up in the bed, he's trying to like me, he's for free. I'm like, oh god, this is Fraser's Doug. So no, if anybody wants to see me sitting about
eating a sandwich.
sucking on a fucking
Small sandwich.
a Subway, a vegan meatball, a Subway sandwich.
A vegan meatball Subway sandwich.
So I did, and guys like that, but don't you like the meat? I like the meat, but you know, I'll take your meat because you're real. I don't like meat from an animal. But the point is that it was all free and up and open, so I need to just shut it down again. But I don't even know I've done it. I've still only got 2 followers. People are still liking it. Can people join me, please, and just pay the $9.99?
And what's your name on it? Just Dugheed?
I'm the dog. And I
Put
don't want
it
to say
on your Instagram and on your
It is
TikTok.
on my Instagram. It's just down low, and you have to press on it.
What
I've
about
tried.
on your TikTok?
Shall I put it on my TikTok?
Huh?
fucking going to put my TikTok. I'm not going to be. That's why I'm coming to your house on Thursday, so you
Right,
can fix my life,
Right.
guys. I'm going to go to Sparky Spence's house on Thursday because she's good with everything, and she's got a hot tub, and she's got a lot of bevy and that.
Oh.
She's still getting furlonged, and she's got a lot of money. I'm not really too sure about that, but she's going to help me out, and she's going to fix my OnlyFans. Somebody said it's called Only Grands. If your grand looks like me, I'll give you a fucking $5.
That's a last fiver, by the way, so
It's
you
the
are a
last one.
privileged person.
I've
if
still
you
got
get
a $5 because I went to Fraser's who's needed drinks, so I didn't need to spend my $5 on any alcohol. Fraser, you're a legend.
I've always got your back. Always got your back.
I mean, it's not my type of drink, but I'm quite enjoying it.
I know, because both of us have went through half a bottle so far.
Fuck, is it right?
Morgan's, eh?
magical,
That's
isn't
not even including
I'm sweating out. I can actually lick myself and get drunk again.
Is it
Good,
just
isn't it?
wine you normally drink?
I do like a cava or wine. I do like a wine.
Oh, a cava. Oh, right.
Oh yeah, no, it's not champagne,
It's
pal, to
sparkling,
me.
it's
Once I get
sparkling.
the old OnlyFans getting in the minted money, I'll be on the old champagne, aye.
I'm thinking about starting an OnlyFans.
Oh no.
Do it, Paul.
No, I need to start the massage business first. Get the
Why-
massage
why-
business off the.
if
off
you
the-
want to join my OnlyFans, guys, tonight, you can. I'm sitting there, I look nice.
Oh, did you know? I forgot to say the best.
And they bypassed it.
I forgot the best tagline. The whole live that I did. The best thing that I said in the whole thing was, I says, I'm going to do the massage business. I'm going to become a gigolo, but I must warn you, Disney jiggle very low.
It does
That
juggle
was
low.
brilliant.
It does juggle low. We've all seen it.
I don't.
Except for Fraser's wife, who keeps coming in. She's desperate to look at it. She's
She
like that.
just loves Paul, to be
Is there
fair.
anything happening in here that I should know about? I mean, the dog rang in. It's nothing to do with me. The dog rang in. It's honestly, Paul,
Man.
would you like some ice, Paul? Rubbed on your bum. I mean, I've got plenty of ice.
Paul's hitting a beamer here.
Fraser's like, I don't give a
I've
fuck.
got.
I don't go. I'm doing
Fraser's
that.
like, I want Amanda's left knee.
I'm
Yep.
just.
Doing the
Caitlin
left
can
knee.
only listen to the first half of this podcast now.
Podcast is going to go to midnight. I'm going to get married and get a fucking fabulous only grands
Aye.
for this podcast.
Do you
I know, it's just next 20 minutes.
Podcast.
What can we do? What can we do? You know the comment section. What can we do?
I mean, mum's a
We,
comment.
we need to. So what I want you to do is, should we do something with the comment
all.
section in YouTube for
Aye.
to get some comments about
Uh-huh.
Amanda?
Comments about Amanda.
That's what
Like,
you
would they
want.
want her back on again?
Yes.
Come next week because apparently
With a bottle of wine.
we're getting filmed next week. Say I'm not getting filmed.
No,
No,
not next week. It's in the future.
I will film me. I'll just lie in the bed like a fucking starfish on heat.
I'll be on OnlyFans.
Can I just tell you something? This is two peas in a podcast, not OnlyFans.
This is not the Dugheed's quarters. Sorry, Fraser, I've got your address, pal. I'll be up next week.
I'll be waiting my bells on.
Oh, fuck, I'll ring the bell now. I'll ring yours now.
You can ring my bell.
Fucking swinging all night in the door watch.
See, I don't know you well enough, but I take things quite literally. So be prepared.
Just cage me up and feed me bits and bobs.
Oh, you're gonna do a TikTok, aren't you? In the dog cage.
I don't know. I'll fucking.
We'll see if we
I'm
can find
banned,
you in.
guys. I'm banned for TikTok permanent. I'm banned from my 2 accounts
For what?
permanently. Well, I liked my, what was that called? My, what's that? Your remote control on your telly.
Aye.
So it was backlist and I liked it as if it was like, a bit of a sandwich. But the point is that I got banned. Then I wore a dress that had a cleavage in it. There's people on there trying to kill each other and trying to tell each other they're going to kill each other's mother. And there's me, got a natural cleavage that is God gave me, put me right in the queue. The best thing that's ever gone for me. And I get fucking banned. Do you know what I mean? Are you getting the fuck on? I'm 47, I'm not 27. And yet they banned the best breasts.
They're not bad. I will admit that. They're not bad. You need to stop doing that noise. I'm not going to be able to stand up for the next 20 minutes.
I'm going to have to phone that guy that I'm kind of interested in these.
Oh,
Right, so
let's go
everybody's
down
wanting
that.
to know
Everybody
about him.
wants to know
Yep, Ryan.
about the new man and how it's
Well, they ask me
going.
if I got a TikTok crush. I've got a TikTok crush every week, but they're
So
always young
who
boys.
is your TikTok crush?
No, I don't have any. I did one.
Young
but
boys
then-
over the age of 16.
This guy's like 39 2 days, a week's time. 39 will do for me. He's a bit old, actually.
No, but he's not on TikTok. So who
No,
would
he's
be
not
your
like that.
TikTok
And I
crush?
like that because I'll tell you why, right? I make it, I'm dead laid back and all that, but see if I had a guy that I quite liked and he's got a TikTok and the lads are talking to him, I'm going to stab him, stab his whole family. His dog's getting deeds. The goldfish is not going to fucking live any more than 5 years. Some cunt's going to die. So I'm actually not as laid back as I look.
So
Who is your TikTok crush?
Fucking every cunt.
we've got Ducky, the serial killing bunny boiler.
Aye, so that's why I like somebody, and then like see, like you meet somebody. Like I've met a couple of my TikTok people, And I meet them and I'm like, oh, you're short. Oh, your feet are big. Oh, your nose doesn't fit your eyebrows. So I just, it's, I mean, so, and it's why, but I still like Paul.
Everybody likes
Oh,
Paul.
Paul, that's why you'll need hate. I'm going to give you hate.
That's why I'm called Donor Stoner.
I'm going to give you hate. I'm going to start going like, see you better screw me on a Tuesday afternoon, you prick.
Phone Caitlin, see if she'll let me out on a Tuesday afternoon.
She could watch us. I'll get her in. His lady, right, stunning, beautiful. But she's a kidology artist. She's one who just sits and goes, I don't like anything. I just like salad on a Tuesday. And I don't actually, Paul's taking over, I don't. And she's a fucking riot. She's like a spreader. She's a pure spreader.
Right, let's get on to the comments. Let's move on. What do people need help with? What do people need help
Aye, let's
with?
talk, because I'm good at advice.
Guys,
Give me advice.
this is obviously a self-help kind of podcast where we talk rubbish and then you find help for yourself after listening to it.
I love help. Is anybody get help? Somebody said that I need
Can find
counselling,
Amanda a man.
therapy. No, I've got a man. I like this guy. I quite
Aye,
like
so
this guy.
Ryan, you were going
Let's
to tell
talk
us.
about
Ryan,
yeah.
you like Ryan?
Tell us about him.
Well, he's just pure. I don't like anybody. Well, I'll tell you what it is, right? I'm not on any dating sites. I was before, but I don't like anybody contacting me via the Instagram, via TikTok, because in TikTok, it's like a gimmick in it. As you said yourself, you met me tonight. You've not got a different side to me.
Aye.
And that's all right. So when you see, and it's like Paul or yourself, you see somebody and you envision something, and we can't help. It's called judgment. We're natural for it.
Yep.
So he wrote to me and said, and I said, oh, well, how did you find me? He went, you come up with a suggestion page. I went, are you suggesting that I talk to you, pal? But he was on private, and I didn't know who he was, I mean, I was like, fucking some riot, I mean. And then he sent a picture of who he was, and I was like, okay, dokey. And obviously I followed him, and I was like, okie fucking dokey, ooh. And we were chatting. And he's like, oh, you've changed your tune. I went, my tune's all about you, pal. You know what I mean? When you come on here, here's my address, here's my size. Anyway, so he's lovely. But I'm an independent, needy bastard. So I quite like the fact that like I need him to need me all day long, contact me all day long, even though I'm
And I'm a gay
independent.
straight man.
But he just kept contacting me, and he's pure lovely. But anyway, I quite into him. So I was on a live last night. He was there all night. He made himself known that he's there for me, interested in me, and chatted to everybody, rather than sitting in the back of me going, oh, I'm going to go in half an hour. And that's what guys would do. And I'm like, this guy's on a Dugheed Pro.
Making a bit of effort.
I like an effort. A Doug likes an effort.
It's going to be all shiny.
Kind of like me then, because
A Doug likes to be stroked.
I don't put effort into anything.
Do you know it?
No.
That's what.
Well, we know that. Caitlin told us that.
Wait a second, right? So wait a minute.
Caitlin,
Let's call Paul out on his TikToks. He shagged the pavement, and on his fucking TikToks, he shagged a chair, and on his fucking TikToks, he get half a can of coke.
Can we
And yet Caitlin's lying here like a dried up bobster, waiting for life to happen. Pure bastard. I'm going to go and see her tonight.
Caitlin. Poor Caitlin.
Caitlin should never have spoke to you in a million years, because now she's going to be mortified that this is out there for everyone. And I'll tell you something. No, I mean I don't put effort in as in like I'm really bad for just. I'm so laid back with regards to that kind of stuff. It's
Just
unbelievable.
want somebody to jump
Like,
in.
do you know how I found out? Do you know how I found out? Do you know how I found out it was my 2-year anniversary? That me and Caitlin been
Oh,
together 2
that's
years?
you were with me.
What star sign are you?
She put it on
I love star signs.
Leo. She put it on
Fuck, I
Facebook.
can't believe that. Leo's like a fucking lion of the world.
She put it on
That's for
Facebook.
Paul.
I found out that it was my 2-year anniversary through a Facebook tag.
That's terrible.
Ah, well, you were in the showcase car park.
Oh,
Yes.
I'd delete you from my left brain, by the way. I'd be like, nah, you're all right. I'll sleep with you one more, but I'm off.
I'm off.
That's terrible. That's terrible.
I know I'm really bad at
I
it, but you know
think-
what? I'm really good in bed, so that kind of.
No, can I tell? But she gets
Not for me.
it. She only gets it once a month, apparently. Can I ask you a question? But can I ask you a question? Paul?
Yeah, go for it.
Now, in the midst of all this that you're saying, right, I'm really good in bed, but I'm lovely and la la. Do you think it's because Caitlin gives so much that you give less? Because I think in relationships, that's what actually happens.
Yeah, we still
Because-
get to 100%. It's just that I'm only getting 10 and she's getting 90.
I know, but if you met somebody that was like, listen, mate, I'm giving you 15 and a half, I'm giving you 15.99, that's how much it is for my Dugheed OnlyFans, sorry. I put it up, sorry. But anyway, what I'm trying to ask is...
Link in the description.
Small plug of the world. Doug, you're not right into me. But anyway, so what I'm asking is, in the midst of this, right, do you think if you meet somebody you're really interested in them, as you mean to go on, it's like, oh, she gave me 60 and I gave her 40. Did you start and you were giving her like 10 and she was giving you 90? Because I think as you start, as you mean to go on, I think that's always the way.
I would say that.
Women, up your game.
I would say that me and Caitlin are quite suited to each other because I'm very moody.
What a woman.
I'm very moody, and I put less effort in, whereas she's very laid back and puts hundreds of effort in. So I think that we're
Well,
suited.
Caitlin organises you, doesn't she? Like Caitlin.
Yeah.
So I feel like when Caitlin's not there and it's me organising Paul because
You
anything
organise
to do
me
with
at all.
this, I'm like,
You're
right,
an organiser of life.
Paul, this is what we're doing this day and what we're doing.
But Paula, you're the organiser of life.
Caitlin
That's
packs.
just the way you are.
We
You're
go away
a
anywhere.
star.
Caitlin packs the bags and stuff. So she'll pack. If we're going away anywhere, she'll pack all the suitcases. What do you want? She'll sit all the stuff out and she'll just do everything. She's just
Aye.
she's just that
See,
way.
I'm like you. I'm like in a relationship. Every relationship I've been in, the guy just takes over, and he says he just does everything, and I'm just sitting there telling him jokes and lies and not getting drunk, but just enjoying life. He's like, why don't you do something? I just cooked you dinner and just give you the best time of your life. What do you want from me? And the point is that they're fixing everything, they're organising because I'm not organised with technology. But this, obviously, we've been independent now. This is the longest I've ever been single in my entire life. It's the best time of my life. It's the happiest I've ever been. I'm just looking for a Tuesday and a Thursday guy, maybe somebody on a Sunday or an hour. So,
Can I get a Monday guy, a Tuesday guy?
somebody's bought wine. There's wine coming in. Fucking hell. Wait a minute. Did you go and get wine?
We'll pick you
Fraser's wine. Fraser's wine.
Paula.
Fraser's wife just bought wine. Fraser's wine.
Paula,
Guys, if you could see me right now.
are you picking Amanda up
Galileo?
tomorrow? Because she's not coming home with us, is she?
I just tasted wine in this house. This house is the best house I've ever been in my entire life. On my granny's,
Well,
rest her soul, she died about 20 years ago. I've never forgot her. OnlyFans $15.99 Dugheed.
But see what you said about
That's lovely.
like you being like the best house ever. See if you came here about 5 years ago, you would have hated every second of it. Because see how you described your ex? That's what I was.
Really?
That's what I was for a very, very long time. And then due to certain things happening, and I had a mental breakdown.
Yeah.
And I've still got the remnants of part of my life, which is
Right.
kind of weird. I've still got like the 2 cars outside, but they mean nothing to me now. It's where before it was like I bought this brand new and it was $8,000, no this blah blah, great business. But I was miserable inside.
Yeah.
It was really sad. There was no happiness.
Can't see it. You cannot see it.
And people think, see, like my partner Carol, she's never had a lot of money. She's not had as much money as I had. And she goes, oh, we could win the lottery. We could do this. And the money's going to solve. I says, the money doesn't solve it.
No.
Money doesn't solve
No, it just brings other issues.
Yeah.
Because like you can, like what you were saying earlier on, like you can have a nice big house and you can have the nice cars, but you also have a different lifestyle with that where you're going out and spending money on dinners. But then equally, you could be maxing out credit cards to do that people don't know behind closed doors.
But there's always somebody got more than you.
Yeah.
You're not in a position in life.
Nobody is.
Nobody. Well, you've got the billion, but you get like.
But do you
King
think
of
they're really
Microsoft
happy?
and you've got Apple stuff, right? But what you're saying is, in normal everyday life, in your street, in the street next to you, in the town next to you, somebody has always got more than what you've got. And if you concentrate, try to get one over on your next door neighbour. I remember, right, and this is going back to the 80s and 90s, right? When you
born
grew
then?
up, and see
You
if,
born then?
see if you had a
Right.
see if you had a car,
like you.
see if you had a car, you were classed as better than everybody else in your street. Oh my God, he's got a car. There was only ever maybe 4 cars in my whole street.
Or if you had Sky.
4 cars in the whole street. You can go out and play football. You can do what you want. You had a great life. You were out feeding 8 o'clock in the morning, 8 o'clock
life.
at night every day.
Climbing trees.
Aye.
Getting dirty.
And you had a
Playing
crack.
Kirby.
And do you know what? See your next door neighbour? They had the exact same amount as you. Nothing. No, everybody had nothing, and everybody was so happy. There was no kids with mental health problems.
And dogs as well. I'm just going to say this about animals. Animals have got issues now. They've got digestive problems. They've got all these problems with them now. What the fuck's happened? It's like
It's because-
years ago you just let your dog out all day long and they come back. Now you're like, oh my dog can't eat. My cat. It's like I know what you're saying. It's totally true.
Could you imagine? Right, this will be funny in the middle, but I'll go back to the serious stuff in a second.
I need to go back to this.
Could you imagine COVID in 1991 or 92? Let's go with 1992,
We
right?
did have every
Now,
everything.
you're sitting in the house, you've got Netflix, right? You're locked in the house, you've got Netflix. Netflix, right? You've got Sky, you've got all these wonderful things. In 1992, you didn't have mobile phones.
You didn't even have Sky. See, if you had
No.
Sky, you were classed as rich if you had
Aye,
Sky in
definitely.
Melbourne,
Aye.
anyway.
So
had more than one telly.
But I think what you would have, you'd have a,
The telly,
you'd have
fuck,
a,
see where I live, you fucking at the moon.
you'd have a Blockbuster video. But could you imagine? Could you imagine the late fees on that after COVID? watching Mrs. Doubtfire 140 times over the course of a 3-month period, and then take it back into Blockbuster and then saying that's 55 quid, mate.
But that's what I'm trying to say. The point is, the more that you give and the more that you get, the more that you need, the more you think you want, the more society tells you have to have.
But you're never going to fulfill that.
In the time we didn't have a Betamax video, or we did have I don't know if these guys, I know you know Fraser, Pac-Man, all these wee games.
Yeah, Atari.
And all that. It's like, and that was a big thing. Or you had your Air Nikes and all that. And now
Hand-me-down
it's
clothes.
the Joneses of the world. And I think what's happened now, right, is that it's like putting the best foot forward on my Instagram personally. Not bringing it back to me. $15.99 Dugheed OnlyFans. But anyway, point is, everybody had these things where it wasn't like a big thing, but now it's like putting your best foot forward to get, and even like followers and fans. I put a post up and said that I don't give a fuck if I actually lost everybody and I had to start again. I always done this for myself, and it's been genuine of a like Paul, because I'm quite self-seeking and self-centred. I just like to watch myself having a laugh and a dance.
Yeah.
For years I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
But we've forgot the human aspect. And I thought after this COVID scenario, we'd all get back to a point
the materialistic issues are here more than they've ever been.
It's the dating world's like this as well. I met a guy when I was living in London, right, and he said to me, I work for ISA. And his name was like, I don't know how to say his name, but and he was for a foreign country, but he was American because we moved there and I met him in London. He said to me, I'm going to take you to Paris for the weekend. I said, okay, this is a dirty story, I hope everybody's ready, clean your ears. So anyway, he took me this club, and he said to me, when I go to this club, I just hope this is who I really am. I want you to know this is who I really am, because I really like you. You're one of my many girls. And I was like, what the fuck's that about? So anyway, so I went to this French club right in Paris, and it's all oui, ça, and it was like a fucking mad club, right? And I could smell sex, I could see sex, and I could hear sex, right? Right? But it wasn't. I mean, I can't talk French, right? But I was like, what the fuck's wrong? It was all people in cages touching each other, and the partner would watch their partner get into a cage and have sex with everybody else, and he would enjoy it. And he said, "Are you into this?" And I went, "I've got my period." And I realised I'm not that down with the kids. And he was and he was like 50 and I was like 36. And he said to me, I'm going to change your world, Amanda, and this is my world, and if you don't let me, I only go with like Eastern Europeans, but you're so funny, blah, blah, and I will change your world if you don't try and change mine. And all night, all I heard was, oui, ça, what, he, and I was looking at him and going, I could change his world, he'll change mine. And see, at the end, I went, fuck this, I'm going back to Glasgow. My mummy loves me, and she makes a good steak pie, because at the time I wasn't a vegetarian. But I just thought, fuck this, man, I'm not into this. I thought I was down, but I'm not down for this. And I said, I'm on my period, and he took it back in the old fucking, what's that called, the old Eurostar. And then I got back to London, I got straight back to Glasgow, and I said, Mammy, I love you. Have you got the roasted totties that you used to make on Sunday? I'm dead down. Because I just think that, I don't know why I've turned this into a sexual appetite, but what I was trying to say is, people just have, the more they get, the more they want. It's an insatiable appetite. And I think the world now, even in divorces and relationships, even in these dating sites, I go on a dating site and they're chatting to you in 15 minutes, right? They're asking everything about you. It's like a date, it's like a fucking interview, and then they're on to the next person. And if there's a delay, it's because they're talking to 17 other lassies, and you're like, listen, you fuck pig bastard, I was talking to you. I just told you my shoe size, my favourite colour, my star sign, and my granny's deed. Who the fuck do you think? In an old-fashioned bar, you would chat to a lassie all night long. You'd like her, you'd hope for a number and maybe a small winch at the night and con her the next day. You wouldn't go to the toilet and talk to 15 other lassies. But on these dating sites, they're talking to 15 other lassies, and this is the way of the world. It's an insatiable appetite, and unfortunately, this is the way it goes. And this is why things aren't working. We're greedy bastards. I think we're just so greedy. Yeah. Somebody went, have you got Snapchat? Have you got WhatsApp? Have you got Twitch? Have you got TikTok? Have you got Facebook? Have you got like Instagram? Can I get your can I text you? Can I phone you? I'm like, I'm fucking knackered. No wonder my battery, my phone's died. The old-fashioned days where I would text you, I'd text you back, we'd like each other, and it's done and it's over. And unfortunately, everybody's so greedy now. It's a greedy world. Yeah. It's a lying world.
My first mobile phone you could even text with, it was a BT Cellnet. You could only phone.
It was the size of your house, wasn't it?
Aye.
Aye, you had to fucking...
But that's one of the reasons why, like, when I was a wee boy, I remember like, all the doors open, everybody's house is open, because we had nothing. Nobody would want to go into the house to steal
right,
it.
or the
'Cause there
doors
was
were open.
fuck all. There was
Have you got
nothing.
sugar? Have you got tea bags?
We had one telly. That was it. And the neighbours had Sky, so we would try to get into their house to see what they had to bump. Because it was
No,
like,
that's
"They've got
it.
rich, they've got
Because that
Sky,
was
look
you,
at
you
the
were
dish."
rich if you had Sky.
Aye.
You used to be like,
No.
that
And you were-
dish was a sign of
Aye,
richness.
yep.
And you were scared to... We went to school, you told people as if it was something special.
Yeah.
And when you didn't have it, you were embarrassed that you didn't have it. And you craved it. And you went home thinking that you were lonely, that you had nothing. To your mommy and went, I don't have Air Max. I don't have Sky. People are bullying me.
A McDonald's on your birthday.
It was
A
a big,
McDonald's
big,
on
big
your
thing.
birthday. That was it. It was, you never got McDonald's on a Friday or a Saturday. It was on your birthday.
Yeah.
God,
Big
you're,
thing.
you're lucky. When I was a wean, I lived in
Yeah.
a shoebox.
No,
It was wimpy for me, Fraser. Me and you're the same
Wimpy.
age. Thank fuck. Was
But
a
see-
wait,
4-year-old.
wait. Hold on. How old do you think I am?
Am I older than you, Fraser?
How old do you think I Don't tell her. How old do you think I am?
Well, you've got a shiny face.
I do have it's because we had half a bottle of
I
Morgan's
mean,
in
you've
the
got
car.
nice skin. I've not seen a
I think
wrinkle
so,
yet. And your wife's quite pretty. I could take her hair down and show her a lap dance.
Well,
She looks
she-
quite nice. She get me ice, got me wine, I'll have everybody in this house, even though likes me. So I'm just going to say 41.
I'm 2 years younger than Paul. I'm 34.
Well, fuck off. Am I the oldest? Why am I always the person? Why am I the oldest
That's funny
person?
because that's
in
what
this?
he said last week, that he's always the oldest person in here.
I'll tell you what, but I'm fabulous.
You are
you are.
fabulous.
It's-
And do you know
Yeah.
what? We're absolutely fabulous, and we've really ran way over time.
Yeah,
I know.
we need to stop.
But it's been, I think we're going to have to do a part 2 with
Part 2 with the
Heath.
duck.
Yeah, it's going to
Ah,
have to
that's
be.
lovely. Thank you. Can you get the filming? Because I like to see myself. I'm kind of a narcissistic that way.
The filming is nearly ready, so whenever you want, then we
Mine's
can
not
start
up
doing
yet.
filming.
Right, so-
And
So-
technically, we could do live podcasts now through YouTube as well.
I think
I had to
so.
do a lot of adding and subscribing and a lot of rubbish to make sure that it went up. But now you can go live on YouTube from here if you want.
Wow.
So there's an idea
That-
for the future.
Imagine we do a live podcast. Imagine how many people might tune in if we can tell everybody on
Between
TikTok.
over.
I think then
Followers.
Dugheed needs to come back for
The live.
the live
Yeah.
because
The first
that's
live.
the first live podcast
I'd
Yep.
love that.
from
I'll wear a frilly dress.
What?
Do you know, the first time meeting you, it's been an absolute pleasure, and I hope you stay in my life because you've just totally made my night. You really have.
Oh, thank you so much. Well, you've
You-
made
you-
mine, got a free
you-
baby. Sorry, I mean, I love
You can have as much baby as you want.
The bed's comfy, I'm going to say it. You know what I mean?
That's the spare one. That's technically
That's
yours
it, I'm
if you want
fucking
it.
Steiner's got a lot of sherry this bastard.
You didn't like my sherry.
Somebody bought me Gallios. Your wife ran out and got wine. This is a house and this is a house and a half. Even my mammy, when he did this, she didn't make me a cup of tea. You know what I mean, that bastard. This is brilliant. You get toast.
Well,
Like, toast and
and
wine, toast and wine.
Cheese and toast
It's a
and
good
toast.
time. Dugheed likes a good time.
can we get cheese and wine? No, I'll have toast.
I like toast, you know what I mean? Toast and Lurpak.
Ducky does love to rap though.
I'm not going to rap.
How no?
What do you want me to say? Give me a word.
Do you know what? I think you should wrap the ending of the podcast. I think you should have a wee
For
think.
fuck's sake. A wee think,
Well,
fuck's sake.
well, me, Paul, and
I've
Paula
not rapped for
are saying-
years.
Well, the three of us are saying goodbye. You can have a wee think, and you can end the podcast.
I'll just make it
style.
up as I go.
Right, okay.
So cheery bye for me.
It's bye bye from me.
It's bye bye from me.
And it's can somebody fuck. Wait a minute. So it's goodbye for you, goodbye for you, and goodbye for you. Could anybody touch my yoo-hoo? I mean, surely I was funny enough to somebody want to bend me and touch my small behind because I've been fucking. I'm not bad. I mean, is there any takers out there?
That's it. I'm out. Right,
I'm out. He's a big shout. Dugheed 1599 OnlyFans.